In my 20s, I chased everything that turned out to be a warning sign. Now I'm 42, and now the things that I would have walked right past are the things that I look for. Here are 5 green flags that most men our age still ignore. And number 3 changed everything for me. And I'm not saying that I got dating all figured out, because I'm single. I don't. But I am saying this as a man who's lived long enough to know that attraction isn't everything. Because attraction isn't alignment. Chemistry isn't the same as peace. A woman being interested in you doesn't mean that she's going to be good for your life. In my 20s, man, I thought the signs were obvious. Pretty, fun, exciting, spontaneous, a little unpredictable. Kept me guessing, made me feel like I had to chase a little bit. Back then, I thought that was chemistry. Now at this age, as a father with limited time and real responsibilities, I see things a lot different, man. Because when you're over 40, you're not just dating for a good night. You're dating around what peace is for you. Your purpose, your child, your schedule, your future. Hell, your whole emotional bandwidth. And I realize if you ignore the green flags, you end up chasing the same things, same patterns, but just a different face. So here are 5 green flags that men over 40 keep ignoring. We gotta do better, fellas. Number 1, she's calm and not exciting. And I know how that sounds. Because some men at our age will hear calm and think boring, which is not the case. Calm is really rare. Calm is valuable. Calm is a peace. A lot of us in our younger years, we like that back and forth. We like that chaos. We thought it was exciting. I know guys that like the arguments to turn into a certain type of passion. Those guys are sick individuals, wicked. Doing that over 40, who has the time? Who has the energy? We got too many things to do and get done. It's better to feel like you a person that you can connect with them instead of just always being on pins and needles because you don't know how they're going to react to certain situations. No, thank you. I do not want that. Being to be able to be in a relationship where you don't have to worry about every argument turning into chaos without communication turning into conflict, that matters now. At this age, peace is so attractive. Calm is attractive. Consistency is attractive. A lot of men miss this because sometimes we get addicted to that feeling of being pulled into something. But being pulled into something is not the same as being safe there. The second green flag is that she has her own life and she doesn't need mine to fix hers. It doesn't mean that she has everything perfect, because honestly, nobody really does. Some people like to pretend they do, but it's all a facade. Everybody's just trying to figure out life. But there's a distinct difference from a woman who's looking for a man to build her life. But there's a difference between a woman who is building her life and a woman who is looking for a man to be her entire plan. At this age, I pay attention to that. Does she have her own rhythm, her own responsibilities, her own goals? Does she have her own friendships? What is she doing? She's finding her own peace. Can she be connected with me without being consumed by me? Can she be connected with me without having and needing to consume me? That matters. Because honestly, I'm not really looking to rescue anybody. I'm not looking for a project. I don't want somebody who sees my busy schedule and the things I have going on as competition or as if I'm rejecting her. I don't vibe well with someone who needs constant contact or feels like rejection to them. I still want to be appreciated. Still need those things. Still need a connection. But it can't overshadow and be the biggest part of every single day. Whereas I lose productivity. I want to be wanted in a way that still respects me. That's different. 3 is the biggest one for me. She respects and understands that I'm a father, and that is a very important job that I take seriously. And it's not because I'm trying to make fatherhood my whole personality, but sometimes I do, and I got to do better with that myself. And it's not because I don't have room for more love. Not because a woman is going to come second in my life forever. I'm definitely not saying that in a way to just offer the scraps. But because my son is not an accessory to my life, he's my responsibility. He's a major priority. He's a part of the package that comes with me. And how a woman responds to that tells me everything I need to know. If my woman sees my child as something that takes attention away from her, then we are not aligned. She gets irritated because my schedule sometimes has to change because of childcare or the needs of my son, especially with him being young, and we're not aligned. If she needs me to somehow prove my interest in her by neglecting my responsibilities as a father, absolute no-go, not aligned. A woman that's aligned is not going to punish me for being present. She understands a man that is committed to his children. It says a lot about his character. And that's a big part that a lot of people miss, especially when dealing with single parents. A good father isn't less available because he loves his child. In fact, he's more trustworthy because he values and respects and honors responsibility. I need a woman that sees that, not tolerates it. I don't want to choose from being a father or a man in a relationship. I believe I can have both. I want both. Once I understood number 3, I stopped entertaining any type of relationship that didn't value and respect that. We shouldn't have to apologize for being single fathers or single parents. Number 4 is a doozy, and a lot of fellas can't handle this one, but she tells you the truth even when it's easier for her to lie. The 4th green flag is honesty. Not brutal honesty, not honesty trying to hurt your feelings, not disrespect disguised as keeping it real. That type of honesty that really builds trust, but shows you someone's character. It matters more than just being agreeable. When I was younger, I'm not gonna pretend. I liked women who said the right thing, the women who made things easy, women who knew how to keep peace on the surface. Now, I don't want a woman that says yes when she really means no. I don't want somebody who hides resentment until it turns into distance. I don't want somebody who's performing like it's peace between us, but they're quietly collecting evidence to use against me. But I'd rather have honest conversation early, disagreements, questions, dialogue, even if it gets uncomfortable. The value in truth is it gives you the opportunity to build something real, to go through things, to experience the highs and lows, to understand how somebody disagrees and how they move and how they go from there. That's the green flag. Because a woman who can tell you the truth with maturity is really giving you safety, not perfection. And that matters a lot when you're trying to build trust, build something that lasts. The 5th green flag is nothing about her makes me feel like I have to perform. I can be my authentic, natural, everyday self. And that right there might be the biggest sign of maturity. Because I'm at the point where I'm done auditioning for anybody. After we get through it, what's our favorite color, our favorite food, and all that basic stuff. Let's just keep it real. Let's be real with each other, baby. In your 40s, you want to be chosen with the authenticity. A man should be intentional. A man should show up with respect. Every man has to have a code. Effort says, I value this. Performance says, I'm afraid if I'm not enough, you won't want me. I want the type of woman I can breathe around. The kind of woman that makes honesty easier. The type of woman that I don't have to pretend my life is less complicated than it really is. The type of woman who respects ambition, but doesn't need me to sell her this elaborate fantasy. Because really my life is already full. I'm a father, I work, I train, I'm rebuilding, I'm growing. I don't want to cosplay as some perfect version of a man. That's peace, that's maturity, that's what I'm looking for now. So to recap, those 5 green flags are: 1, she's calm, she's not exciting. 2, she has her own life and she doesn't need you to fix hers. 3, she respects you as a father first if you have children. 4, she tells you the truth even when it's easier to lie. And number 5, nothing about her requires you to perform. To my fellas out there, let me know what green flags that I miss. What do you look for? Which ones did you used to ignore? To the ladies, if any ladies see this, definitely let me know what should be on the list, especially if you're a woman over 40 or even over 30, and you've matured and you've changed and you value certain things that aren't the same in your 30s and 40s than they were in your 20s. At this point in my life, I'm looking for someone who makes my life honest, more peaceful, more aligned. If you're over 40, you're rebuilding, you're raising kids, trying to protect your peace, and still believing in something real, then that's what No for 40 is about. We're not chasing like we used to. We're choosing better than we used to. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.